Just a bit of background there before we get started.
So for the last couple of years, I noticed myself gaining some weight. So towards the end of last year, I thought I needed to do something about it because I could see like my clothes were starting to get tight on me, and it was starting to affect me a bit mentally. So I did some things on my own. I started going to the gym once or twice a week and doing some cardio in the evenings, and I did see some weight loss, but then I just sort of plateaued and I couldn't lose anymore, and I just felt stuck in a rut then.
I get
So
you.
that's where it was at that stage.
So what kind of things were you sort of struggling with before we started working together? It was mainly the fitness side of things, or was it the dad, or was it everything?
It was everything. Well, what I was doing with my dad, I thought I was doing the right things, but obviously then once I come on board with yourself, I realized that I wasn't doing the right things. And the fitness as well, all I was focusing on was cardio. But realizing then once I started the weights training, I actually realized that was actually burning a ton of calories as well as doing the cardio. So I've seen huge benefits from that.
Brilliant. So that's what you tried beforehand. It was all cardiovascular stuff. There was bits and pieces of weights, but nothing really significant. And your results were sort of stagnant. You were getting a better results, and they were sort of slowing down then. So you reached that sticking point, and how long did you was there a length of time that you were sort of stuck for, or did you find yourself sort of falling off the wagon, or what?
Yeah, I sort of stuck at the same weight for around 3 months, and then Christmas was coming up, and after Christmas I just thought, I need to do something. I need to do something about it.
Okay. So when you decided to join, why is it you decided to join? Were you reaching that point of like, I don't know what to do here anymore, or?
It was that, yeah.
Yeah.
I did reach a stage where I go and ask somebody to guide me and tell me the things that I need to be doing. And I also needed that motivation. I needed that drive, somebody directing me that would push me to do it, because I did find it started to get difficult when you stop sort of seeing results. It demotivates you, and then you tend to back off a bit. Yeah. And that's where I found myself now.
Right. And what was the sort of biggest thing? What was it that I know from the progress photographs, every week you were sending them through, I could see, a significant difference every single week.
Yeah.
What would you say was the biggest sort of driver? Would it have been sort of adherence to the program, or was it just the fact that you were on a program now and you weren't sort of just going to the gym not really knowing what you were doing, or was it more the data, or was it just everything, or?
It was a bit of everything, and some driving factors for me too was, especially in the program that I done with you, obviously I met a lot of people that were on the same journey as me, and everybody sort of fed off each other, and that was a great motivational drive. And the just everything then that I was learning in the gym, I did sort of have a fear of going into the weights area and all before, because I'd seen it and I just thought, stay away from there. But once I get in and started to pick things up, it's just like a journey of constant learning. And the amount of people that I've met along the way, and the amount of friends that I've actually made out of it now, that I see now nearly on a daily basis. It has been a life-changing journey for me.
It was, you sort of sent me, obviously you've been off the dieting phase now for what is that, like, it must be 8 weeks or something. What is it? 12 weeks?
It was initially in a calorie deficit for the 8-week program anyway. And then I continued to deficit for maybe another 6 weeks after that. Okay. So I've now taken my own journey. I've now got new goals that I want to reach, which is obviously to get bigger, increase my muscle mass. So in doing that, it's been about 8 or 9 weeks now that I've increased my calories.
You sent me through them. You've been working on the same program, have you?
Still working the same training program, yeah. But now I've maybe swap out some exercises for some new exercises just to change it up a wee bit. Yeah. But I find the program is still absolutely bang on.
Mm-hmm.
It hits everything that I want to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the muscle mass growing in proportion.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the training plan is still working for me.
Yeah. Well, you sent me through them photographs there the other day, and I was kind of blown away by them. Like I was going, like that's really, really fast results from obviously in what, like you say, about 9 weeks.
9 weeks, yeah.
And the thing that sort of stood out with me was mainly whenever you were on the program, it was just you jumped straight in. You followed the program exactly to the T. You didn't complain. You tracked all your calories and macronutrients and followed all the other protocols, and
Yeah.
ultimately reap the rewards for that. So give us a wee rundown of your actual results in the program that we're running, and what has changed, and what you've learned in the whole process.
Okay. So initially, within the first week, obviously I started initially because I wanted to lose weight, and my end goal was to be able to have abs. Really, that's what I wanted. Within my first week, I did start to see weight loss within 1 week, and that there initially was a huge driving factor for me, because I knew, I was like, right, this program's definitely going to work, and I had seen results from people before, so I knew I was going to get results. But as time went on, I went a few weeks without taking a progress photo, but then whenever I took the progress photo, sort of midway through the program, I compared it to my initial photo. It was like night and day. You don't actually realize how much your body's changing in such a short period of time. And one thing that I found with the diet was it was difficult, but it was easier than I thought it was going to be. And one thing that I've definitely learned on the diet side would be in relation to macros, whereas before I didn't have a clue even what macros were, and I now realize the importance of it. And with tracking macros, I found my diet didn't have to be super strict and super boring. I could live out as long as I kept within my macros, and I did do that. And there was days, as I had my birthday. I was out for my birthday. I was able to go out and have a drink, but it's all just about balancing it. And that was one of the big things that I learned, is not to be afraid to still live a little and do the things that you still love to do, because you will still get results.
Yeah. If it wasn't, a lot of these other programs that are all meal, they're restricted in the sense that, this is meal 1, this is meal 2, this is meal 3. Whether when you've got the numbers there, you can work it around your lifestyle. So if you're working, you can tend to be more routine based. Your breakfast, your whatever the break time is, and then lunch, and whatever way you want to eat. But if you're going out for dinner one night, you can hold off, knowing that you're going to have a bigger meal, maybe 800, 900, 1,000 calorie meal later on that evening, or there's alcohol involved. You can allocate the calories and stuff that way. And it's just a learning process, and it's something you can take with you afterward and always use.
Yeah, I did use that a couple of times throughout the program. There was times where I was banking calories during the day to have a bigger meal later on if I was going out for a meal. And I still do that now. To this day, I'm still doing it, which is probably four months since the program's finished, and still following that.
Awesome. And so do you have any advice to people that might be on the fence or nervous or skeptical or?
Well, from my experience, all I can say is absolutely go and do it. I would say my biggest regret is obviously not doing it sooner. I'm sitting here now at 30 years old, and my body is in the best shape that it's ever been in. Mentally, I'm probably the best mental state that I've ever been in, and my confidence is higher than it has ever been. And that is the biggest regret, is not doing it when I was younger. But it goes to show, and I know guys even that are older than me, and girls that are older than me, that do this, and it just shows like it's never too late to start.
Absolutely. Awesome. Brilliant. And you're filling them sleeves rightly. That's awesome, Matthew. Thanks so much for the call. Cheers, bud.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.